Hey comic book fans, my nerdy friends, my geeky compadres, what's going on? Welcome to another Tradin with RWC. And this time we're going to take a look at Essex County. Alright, this is the Essex County Collected Edition, written and drawn by Jeff Lemire. You can see it's pretty thick. As far as the story, I'm not going to get too into it, because there's a lot of it. This is actually 3 separate, like, mini graphic novels, all compiled into one, plus a few, like, little extra tales that weren't included in the 3 separates. Really, this is all about family life and Canada and hockey. Those 3 things kind of ring true through each separate story. I'm trying to remember the names of each. The first being Tales from the Farm, the second book being Ghost Stories, and the third book being The Country Nurse. This collected edition also has the Essex County Boxing Club in it. Now, having the kind of day I've had, this book just brings a flood of emotions through it. You learn about, like I said, it's all about families. So Tales from the Farm is all about a kid and his uncle and how they're dealing with the kid's mother's death, the uncle's sister's death, and dealing with the child not really like being secluded and alone. So there's a lot of that in these books too, that feeling of being alone, and that kind of goes into Ghost Stories as well. Story about 2 brothers, one who lives in the big city and one who stays in Essex County. How they've grown differently and how they deal with certain things that happen. And then the country nurse, also dealing a lot with loneliness and dealing with her husband's death while seeing to all these patients around Essex County and trying to help them in any way she can. Essex County Boxing Club is kind of completely different, not so much loneliness or anything like that. It's just the tale of 2 best friends who grow up in Essex County and come up with the idea for a boxing club. There's more to it, but I don't want to give anything away. Because as far as this video goes, it's not really a review. Like I said, it's more how I feel about the book. Before I had read any of Jeff Lemire's stuff, I think I held a contest, and one of the questions was, what's your favorite trade, or something like that. And Greco Fabulous entered and mentioned Essex County. He also mentioned that it made him cry, which piqued my interest because you don't often hear people talking about which comic books made them tear up. Now, I have had that sensation multiple times now. Both that come to mind are from Jeff Lemire, because his writing is just phenomenal. He gets the way people feel and how they really react to certain things. But Greco saying that sparked my interest in this book from months ago, maybe a year ago. I don't know. It was a while ago. So I had been on the hunt for this and had never been able to find it. Then I went on In Stock Trades, found it, and bought it, and let it sit on my to-read pile for quite a while. Just because I kind of felt I needed to be in a certain mood to read this, and I kind of did. So that mood came upon me today, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like somebody came up to me and hit me with this book straight in the feelings. If you're a human being of any sort, you're gonna get an emotional response to this book. You'll kind of just feel what these characters are feeling. You'll understand how and why they're doing things that they're doing, why they're reacting certain ways. And I'm not gonna lie, like Greco, one part in here made me tear up and cry. It's just that kind of book, but that's because Jeff Lemire is that kind of writer. When I read Underwater Welder, that one made me tear up as well. He gets down to what makes emotions happen, and he writes them down, and then his drawing is like, I mean, it's not the best drawing ever. You know, he has skill, of course, but it's just not your normal, like, it's, here you go, if you've never seen Jeff Lemire drawing, it's not detailed, it's black and white, there's hardly any shading ever at all, you know, it's just, I think the simplicity in the drawing lends itself well to the complexity of the writing. And that really gets to me. It's just fantastic. I would really, really like to find these in their separate books. I saw one at Second and Charles before I picked this up. It was The Country Nurse, and I need to go back and try to pick it up, see if they still have it. But I would really like to get these in separate editions, because this is just something that, in my opinion, is just phenomenal. It's really, really good. If you guys are in the mood for anything that makes you feel something, read this or one of these. You don't necessarily need to read all three of them in sequential order. It does help with certain things, but they're kind of stories on their own. But reading them together was like you can connect certain things to each other. It's just really, really good. It really is, guys. Try and find it, and if you can find it, pick it up. Cover price on it is $30, which when you look at it, I mean, it's gigantic. It's short. It's shorter than a regular trade, but it's thick. It's awesome. I really, really like it. And thank you, Greco, for recommending this so long ago. I really appreciate it. And that's going to be it, guys. So have a good one, and I'll see you guys later.